Good evening. Welcome to the return of Draw Something. Hopefully you can hear me okay. This is my first time using this streaming equipment in 2 years, so hopefully the mic's working properly. You can hear me fine. The music's not overpowering my voice. Yeah, so for those who weren't here a couple years ago when I was doing this stream regularly, thank you, Westsider, for the follow. I saw him on Irene's stream earlier. Thank you so much, Irene, for the raid. Irene is the whole reason I'm here. She's doing a fundraiser for... Oh, Irene, thanks for the resub. Let me go ahead and bring up the full view here. Alright, so, for those who haven't been here before, this is a live drawing by request stream. So I just kind of have my own prompts that I have set up for myself, and if anyone in the chat makes a suggestion for a drawing, I'll usually take that and put it here on the paper. So I've got a couple of my own prompts I'm going to start off with, but by all means, make requests if you have any suggestions for a drawing. So I'm going to go ahead and get started now on this first one, which is going to be a clock washing its hands before returning to work. And yes, those hands. Alright, so I just drew the circle there, and that's gonna be the sink. So this is gonna be the clock, that's gonna be the sink. Just kind of sketching out the basic stuff here. Virgil, thanks so much for being here. Glad you made it. And yeah, you know, I'm this is truly just a work of art. It's a circle. In fact, get this. I put a circle inside a circle. That's like art inside art. It's meta art. Artception. Irene, thank you so much. Thanks for talking me into doing this. I hadn't streamed for a while, but oh, thank you, Irene. I almost forgot. Let me put that in the chat here. Alright, there we go. I just put the charity command in the chat, so that brought up the link for any donations to No Kid Hungry. As you can see up on the screen there, I got the progress bar. We're at 14,400 right now. Our goal currently is 14,500, so we need 100 more to get to our current goal. Irene, we should be able to pin it. Let me see here. Hold on. And yes, it's pinned. Alright, I'll just, yeah, I'll have it up there for the whole stream. There we go. So yeah, that's the main reason I'm here tonight, is to raise money for No Kid Hungry, an amazing charity that Irene and my dad, DJ Mike Brady, have been supporting for the last couple of years. So definitely give a donation if you are willing to. Alright, so I've started tracing over the sketch I've done, so you can see the eyes now a lot clearer. So yeah, as you can see, it's so its hands are like literally the hands on a clock. It's not even like the clock itself doesn't have like hands like these. It just has its hands that are on its face, hands on its face. That it's washing. It's just a pretty basic pun, but I like doing a lot of drawings based on silly puns like this. You know, washing its hands. It's a clock. It has its hands. It's washing them. Simple, but I get a kick out of it. But I did say it was working, so I should probably give it a name tag too. Alright, there we go. Its name on the tag is Clocky. It's not the best, not the most original name, but it'll do for now. Alright, so even though it doesn't have actual arms and hands, it does have legs and feet. Again, let me know if you can hear me okay, because again, I haven't done this in a while, so my technology may not be... Oh, Rose Rebel, always the generous soul, just donated $25 to No Kid Hungry. Thanks so much, Rose, and thanks for being here. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. Again, I'm a little worried because I literally haven't used this technology, my webcam or my microphone, in 2 years, so just want to make sure that everything's sounding okay. Okay, Rose, good. Alright, so I got little soap bubbles coming up as he's washing his hands. Alright, so that's the basic drawing there. Sometimes when I get something like this, I will sometimes add extra details if I feel like it, or maybe nothing will come to mind, so I'll just kind of move on to the next drawing. I kind of wanted to put like a punny poster in the background, like, you know, always wash your hands or something like that. Alright, so right now I'm drawing a little sign on the wall in the background. Fergalson donated $50. Oh my gosh. We're almost to our goal. Thank you so much, guys. Alright, so yeah, there's a poster on the wall in the bathroom that says no time for dirty hands, and I'm drawing a hand which is just like an arrow that's got some dirty stuff on it, and it's also got a couple flies hovering around it, so it might be poop. And then just drew a big no symbol over it, because there is no time for those dirty hands. Oh, Fergal is always the jokester. Um, Fergal, I'll get back to you on that. I don't know quite where you're supposed to put it. Maybe Irene can hook you up. Irene, do you got anything for Fergal? Alright. I think I'm gonna call it good on this one. I feel like this one's good. I mean, maybe I'll just maybe, complete the sink. I feel like I should maybe add a toilet, too, because, I mean, this is supposed to be the bathroom, and maybe I can make something funny out of that. I mean, let's be honest, toilets are just inherently funny, right? Oh, Fergal, you always bring the laughs. Okay. Alright, so I'm kind of picturing maybe having something crawl, like, out of the toilet. Something like, I don't know, a battery, maybe? Because a lot of clocks run on batteries, so just, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of what would be funny to have crawling out of the toilet. I guess anything would be funny coming out of the toilet. Alright, so there you go. There's a battery pulling himself out of the toilet, and you can tell from his little swirl. He has little swirls in his eyes, like he has seen some things, some things he can't unsee now. Put a little sparkles around his head just to kind of show how he's just kind of out of it. He's a little woozy from digging his way out of the sewer, and I think that'll do. I think I feel satisfied with this, so I'll go ahead and date it. Today is the last day of August 2024 because somehow that happened. I don't know what happened to 2024. It's been going by way too quickly. Alright, so let me go ahead and bring up the full view here. Straighten it up so you can get a better look at it. So yeah, clock washing its hands in the sink. Got a funny poster there in the background, no time for dirty hands. And there's a battery crawling out of the toilet. Alright, so I feel like it's a good way to start the show off. Once again, this is a drawing by request show. If you have a funny idea for a drawing, please drop it in the chat. I'd love to make something out of it. Still got a couple more prompts of my own to work on here. Let me see. Okay. I feel like this one's probably going to be pretty funny. So I got a light bulb that is trying to fall asleep, but it's turned on, and because it has the bright light literally coming from inside of it, it can't fall asleep. So the only way to get itself to fall asleep is to flip this light switch, of course. That'll turn it off so it can fall asleep. But the switch is like way out of his reach. Oh, wait a minute, I got a request from Fergal. Oh, you know what, Fergal? I love that. Let me go ahead and start. I'll do the light bulb one later. I'm gonna do this one for Fergal now because I put requests first. Those are what I really value the most on this stream. Alright, so Fergal wants an Andy Giraffe riding with a child riding it. Alright. Early on in the run of this stream, originally, I did a character called the Fancy Giraffe, which was a giraffe with a top hat and a monocle. And it became a very recurring character in my drawings over the next several streams I did. So that's the inspiration for Fergal requesting a giraffe. Oh, Fergal, I love weird. I'm gonna do that. I like that. I'm gonna do the giraffe riding the child, because that just appeals to me. So I'm already drawing the child's face here. You can, he's kind of got that. He's trying to lift this big old giraffe up that's on his back because that's what Fergal requested, and I love it. I just that kind of backwards logic, like why would a child be carrying a giraffe on his back? Because why not? I live for that kind of weirdness. So, let me actually draw the giraffe that the child is carrying, because right now he's not really carrying anything. He's not even a fully child, he's just a head. And a head certainly can't carry a giraffe on its own, so let's give him a body. Fergal, well played. That went right over my head. We're raising money for kids. He wants Virgil asked for a kid carrying a giraffe, or a kid riding a giraffe. Yeah, sorry, Virgil, I'm slow on details like that sometimes. But yes, perfect request. Alright, so there we go. I got the giraffe almost. I got the giraffe with just a happy face. Yay, I'm enjoying the ride! Draw some sweat coming out the kid's head, because that's a heavy giraffe. Giraffes are not light. I mean, unless it's a balloon giraffe, but this isn't a balloon giraffe. This is a real cartoon giraffe. It's not real, but it's a real, like, real living flesh and blood cartoon flesh and blood giraffe. Alright, there you go, Virgil. There you go. You got a kid carrying a giraffe on his back. Sorta. Actually, that kid's, I mean, I think this is more of a baby giraffe, but, so I guess I cheated a little bit. It's not a full-size giraffe. It looks more like a baby giraffe, but it's, you know, I mean, I guess let's be honest here. A real giraffe might I think that kid would be crushed if it was a real giraffe, or like a full-size one. So I think a baby giraffe is the best way to go. Anything else you want to throw at me, Virgil? Is like just like extra background details or anything? You know, I feel like if I'm doing a giraffe, I gotta do something involving the fancy giraffe being in the background, just commenting or just, you know, looking at it like... That seems like an appropriate thing to do. Oh, Irene, that's very appropriate. Those who weren't on Irene's stream earlier tonight, I popped in just to check in with her, and I requested she sing The Metro by Berlin, classic 80s song. So that's where that request is coming from. So there I got the fancy giraffe there standing in the background watching. There we go. So the giraffe's just watching and like, no one ever gives me a ride. So that works. That should. I figure if I'm gonna do a giraffe drawing for Fergal, I gotta include the fancy giraffe somewhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and call that good. There were some weeks on this show when I was doing it 2 years ago where I would do like really complex drawings that would take like 20 minutes to make. I'm going to try and keep them fairly simple tonight, not go overboard. So I'm going to call this good. There we go, just get a nice clean look at it. Oh, also, got to attribute it to the right person. Alright, thank you, Fergal, for the awesome request. And now I got a request from Irene, the one who's responsible for me being here tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and draw a songbird riding on the metro. A metro going through, shall we say, Berlin. Alright, so I'm thinking like kind of a bullet train kind of thing, where it's like, it's not like an old style locomotive, it's like just one of those modern trains that has like just kind of a, I feel like the best way to describe it is it's like a bullet. And of course, I'm assuming, I don't know if Irene wanted this in particular, but there was a drawing I made for her way back when that was a 80s songbird. And I'm not sure if she was thinking that in particular, but I think I'm going to draw that sitting on the train. There's an animated emote I made out of it that I just put in the chat. Showed up on screen there. Oh, Irene, I was thinking to Berlin, but I mean, I guess it could go either way. They're in the vicinity of Berlin. Maybe they're in Berlin. They're not even going to or from. They're just in Berlin. So yeah, the 80s songbird has this big Cyndi Lauper hairdo. Cyndi Lauper style hairdo. It's not like Cyndi Lauper's hairdo exactly. Of course, gotta add some mascara on the eyelid. Drawing an 80s style, just kind of random diamond pattern on the dress. Oh, and I cannot forget this. This is an essential part of the 80s songbird. She's gotta have leg warmers. Oh, this is what I was trying to describe the train earlier. I was thinking like a monorail, like a monorail type train where it has this just this kind of look to the front of it. Did I miss a donation? I might not have been paying attention. I might have missed one. Did Rose Rebel make another donation? I see we're at over our goal now by $10. That's amazing, guys. Thank you so much. Oh, yes, I totally missed it. Rose Rebel donated $30. Thanks so much, Rose. Looks like the goal has been raised to 14,600. We'll see if we can get there by the end of the stream. I don't have a set end time unless Irene, did you want me to raid into someone in particular, or are you just gonna have me stream until I'm done? Let me know. Irene, I could never be tired of you. If anything, you might get tired of me, so I'll gladly end the stream if that happens. You can only listen to my my voice for so long before it's like... So, if that happens, just let me know and I will find someone to raid. Okay, I'm gonna look at something really quick here. I'm looking through the lyrics for the song to see if I can just put a funny reference on the sign. I'm alone, sitting with my empty glass, my four walls follow me through my past. No, nothing's coming to me. And I'll just go ahead and draw a couple of buildings in the background. Oh, Rose Rebel. That's perfect. Alright, there we go. An empty glass. Just kind of sitting there suspended in midair. Maybe I should like tie a rope or something around it just to show that it's hanging from something. I don't know. I guess it could just be magically levitating there. Stranger things have happened in my drawings. But yeah, there we go. Got an empty glass there in the corner. Yeah. Alright, so let me just draw a couple buildings here. Or just like some vague outlines of buildings. Like, they don't have to look like really super detailed. Just, you can tell that they're there. Oh, Irene. See, Irene's coming up with some good ideas. I was lazy and wasn't gonna, you know, actually include any of that stuff in the drawing, but Irene's giving me the nudge. I appreciate that. Oh, Planetary's got an awesome request here. Fancy draft delivering some high-class pizzas to some polite rodents at the end of field of silly trees. Planetary, I like your style. Hey, DJ Mike Brady. Glad you're here. Thanks so much for being here. let's see. Irene Pena said, is there a letter or a soldier nearby? I can, go ahead and add those in. Like, maybe I'll have a, an unopened letter just kind of, blowing by in the breeze. There we go. Got a letter addressed to my love. To my love. On the, that's just blowing through the breeze. Oh, alright. And a soldier, again, I gotta include a soldier, of course. I was trying to draw like a British Guard style cap for the soldier, and that was supposed to be a rifle. It doesn't quite look right. It looks more like a cane. Let me do some rearranging here. Alright, so there we go. There's a soldier standing underneath the Berlin sign. There's an empty glass, a letter to my love, and a soldier. And there's the songbird and the train, the metro, as it were. This is looking pretty good. Thank you, Irene, for the awesome request. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Oh, I just heard a donation chime. Mr. Plow, oh my gosh. Wow, very generous, Mr. Plow. Just donated $100 to No Kid Hungry. Put us past our goal. Thank you so much, Mr. Plow. And thanks so much for being here. Let me go ahead and bring up the full view of this. So you can get a nice clear look at it. All right. All right, so let's see. I'm going to get to Planetary's request next. He wanted the fancy giraffe delivering high-class pizza to some polite rodents at the Field of Silly Trees. Very specific. I love it. Okay, Oh, goal has been raised to 14,700. Let's see if we can reach that goal too. Okay, so, figured I would start with the polite rodents. You can see this one here is wearing a tie, a suit and tie. So, just a little insight into the fancy giraffe lore. So the basic story of the fancy giraffe is that he doesn't lower his head for anyone. He stands tall and proud, and just looks down on everyone beneath him because he's very prideful. So he never lowers his head. But in this drawing, he's gonna lower his head just so he can deliver the pizza. And it makes sense, because these are very prestigious rodents. You can see, because they're wearing suits and ties. They must be prestigious. Fancy. So, for, you know, those that are fancy like him, he's willing to lower his head, break his own rules to give them their pizza. Oh, I just heard a donation chime. What do we got? Mike Brady donating $111.11 to No Kid Hungry. And we passed our goal again. Thanks so much, Mike Brady. Mike Brady is the one who requested the original giraffe with a top hat and a monocle drawing, so the fancy giraffe all started with him. Mike Brady, I was thinking of the boomerang. I was wondering if there was a connection there. Also, I am incredibly rude. I have not made any shout-outs to, the people who have rated in tonight, or shown up tonight. We give a shout-out to DJ Mike Brady, my dad, who, does a music stream every Thursday night here on Twitch. He also does a weekly, he was doing a weekly daily lurk and work stream, but he's not doing it anymore due to the new music restrictions that the music industry put out. But he still does the Thursday night show here on Twitch, and it's a great time. Also, go ahead and give a shout out to Irene Pena Music, again, the one who organized this whole thing. Great streamer here, great friend of the channel. Singer-songwriter, super talented. Definitely go give her a follow if you're not following her already. Oh, I heard the donation chime again. Rose Rebel donating more. Oh my gosh, Rose. $35. Thank you so much. Yes, Mike Brady noticed I have the my Dollywood cup. I was at Dollywood back in June. Went with my whole family to Tennessee. It was my first time being there. It was really cool. I used to use my DJ Mike Brady water bottle here on stream, but it's currently at DJ Mike Brady's house. I use it there when I'm doing my set there, because I do a warm-up set every week before the official party zone starts. So, for this stream tonight, I'm using my Dollywood bottle. Alright, so, as you can see, the giraffe is, I haven't actually drawn the giraffe's face yet. And of course, the giraffe never smiles, even though he's, lowering his neck rule. He's still not breaking his no smiling rule, because, he can only break so many rules at once. So he's still just kind of got his flat expression on. Alright, there we go. Gotta draw a couple more of these rodents. He did, Fergal did say rodents plural, not just one rodent. Oh, no, Fergal already requested another draft drawing. My mind immediately went to Fergal because it was a draft thing. But no, Fergal already requested a draft drawing earlier. Yes, Planetary is the one who said rodents plural. Alright, he also mentioned it being the field of silly trees, so when I heard that, I was initially thinking, trees making silly faces, but it could also just be trees with, like, silly, it could be trees with silly patterns or silly leaf types. It could be both. It could be trees with silly faces and silly leaf types. So as you can see in the background here, I've drawn my first silly tree. It's got polka dots on it, and it's got a face with a tongue sticking out of it. There we go. There's another one that has a stripe pattern on it, and it's just got his eyes all rolled up. This one's got its eyes pointing in different directions and it has a big toothy grin on it. Planetary dropping some unusual words there in the chat. I can't, Cyrex processor, I can't say I'm familiar with what that is. I'm not a tech expert. Ah, Virgil, thank you for clarifying. Alright, there we go. How's that for a silly tree? It's got 3 different branches going up here and there, going this way, and this way. It's got 2 eyes and an eye on each one of these, and a mouth here that's got 2 bottom buck teeth with a tongue hanging out. Also have some like specks of drool coming out of the mouth too, because you know, just seems appropriate. Oh, I also forgot to give the giraffe his spots. I'm just drawing some little tufts of graphs here to kind of just fill out the field. Maybe like do a horizon line here, back here. Alright, so we got rodents, we got the fancy giraffe, we got high-class fancy pizza, we got a field, and we have silly trees. I think that'll probably do it. Yes, those are some fancy spots, Mike Brady. Let me go ahead and attribute this to Planetary, who is the one who requested this, not Fergal, like I mistakenly assumed. Go ahead and bring up the full-size view here. Thank you, Irene, for the claps. Alright. Alright, so that's all the, I think that's all the requests that have come in for right now. I'm gonna go ahead and, start on my, yeah, there was a prompt that I was about to start on when, the first request came in, and like I said, I put requests first, so, but, I'll go ahead and, start on this prompt I have written up for myself. As I described earlier, it's a light bulb that is currently turned on, so it's glowing, and it can't fall asleep because of the light coming from it within itself. So it has to turn off the, it has to flip the switch to turn itself off. Oh, actually, I did do one earlier. I've only done one though, so yeah, the rest of the prompts, rest of the ones so far have been requests, which is really cool. I was hoping I would get some good requests tonight, and the crowd has already delivered some great ones. So yeah, let me go ahead and start on this here. So yeah, the light bulb is glowing, so he can't sleep with all that light shining, even though it's coming from directly within him. But, you know, you gotta think about it, like, if a light bulb is, you know, a light bulb has all that light hitting it, like, it's within it, like, you know, it's still, like, you think, you know, the light, if you leave a light bulb on all night, it can never go to sleep, and that's just rude. Planetary 121, I'm glad you loved it. So yeah, that's a good incentive to not leave your light on all night. Is the light bulbs? You know, it's gotta have its rest, and it can't rest when that light is shining in its eyes. Let me see here. Hold on. So as you can see here, it's I drew some very tired-looking eyes on the light bulb. He's just kind of got this. His mouth is all stretched out and his teeth are gritted. He's just like, he just doesn't have time for this. He wants to go to sleep, but he can't because that dang light is still on. The light that is him. Oh. Looks like we've gotten some more donations in here. Oh, Rose Rebel donated $20.06. Well played, Rose. Alright, so there we go. Got the light bulb. Let me bring up the full view here. Mike Brady, yeah, sorry. If I missed anything, I'm sorry. I was focusing on the drawing. But yeah, bring up the full view here. So yeah, you got this light bulb that's clearly in desperate need of sleep. He's reaching as hard as he can for that light switch, and it's too far away. He can't reach it. And then the light switch has to rub it in even further by taunting him. Yeah, you can't reach me. What a jerk. So yeah, there we go. That was one of the prompts I came up with for myself. All right. Got a good batch of drawings going tonight. I think that's I think I now have 5 drawings so far tonight. Very cool. Alright, so this next prompt is, it's one that stars me. Oh, Rose Rebel's got another amazing request. A llama eating chocolate kisses while surfing. Well, that, that is right up my alley. Alright, let me go ahead and get that started. Kind of, let's see, I'm trying to think of what's the best way to approach this. Like, I wonder if the kisses are also surfing and maybe they're like, you know what? I think I just got it. The kisses are surfing on the waves, but they're doing like they're trying to do like big trick jumps. They're trying to do big trick jumps off the waves, like they're showing off, and then as they're comeuppance, the llama eats them. That sounds like a good plan. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever actually drawn a llama before, so I might need a second to figure this out. Of course, my mind is immediately going to llamas with hats, so that'll probably largely influence my my design here. I mean, Carl the llama seems like he would, you know, definitely eat sentient living chocolate kisses while surfing, as well as probably blow up the entire ocean. Mike Brady, guilty as charged. But at least I haven't been faking it for 41 years. Fergal, I love that description for both llamas and alpacas. Alright, so you can already see a chocolate kiss sticking out of his mouth. Like, it's got these big, bulging eyes. Like, it knows this is the end. A llama? He's supposed to be dead! Yeah, weird. Yeah, I can't not draw a llama and have there not be an Emperor's New Groove reference somewhere. I'll see if I can maybe work that into the drawing. Oh, Irene's got a request for Great Hippo. Thank you, Hippo, for the request. Let's see, spicy chicken playing a bass guitar. Sounds awesome. I will add that to my list. Irene, that's a problem I'm gonna have to, a question I'm gonna have to answer once I'm finished with this one. I don't know yet. I haven't figured that out. Planetary, that's a good suggestion. I might go with that. I was thinking either that or like, I don't know, maybe just literally having it on fire, maybe. Rails Red with jalapenos. That's another good one. Alright, so there we go. I got the, looks like I got all the bases covered. I got a llama here that's eating a kiss, and you can see these two kisses that are launching themselves off the waves. This one's just entered its launch, and it's still feeling happy. This one has been in the air for a few seconds, and he sees what's ahead, and he's like, oh, this may have been a bad idea. And, you know, okay, you know, I was mentioning, we've made jokes about llamas with hats. I should, I think I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to make this Carl. He's going to be wearing a similar hat to Carl. Yes, Mike Brady, indeed. I also just realized you can't see anything I'm drawing right now on screen. Let me move the paper up. So, I believe the other llama in Llama with Hats was named Paul. So here's Paul on a desert island here. There we go. Carl, we're supposed to be on vacation. So there we go. I think that completes it. Make sure I got this on. There we go. I believe it was World's Rebel who requested this. There we go. Oh, maybe just add a couple more little details like clouds. Just to fill that empty space. There we go. Alright, so now I got, I believe, Great Hippo's request up next for a spicy chicken. Rails Rebel, thank you for the request. Oh. So I'm typing up these requests that I get on file and notepad, and I just noticed that I said Great Hippo wants a spicy guitar playing a bass guitar. So it's a guitar playing a guitar. That's not right. It was a spicy chicken playing a guitar. Alright, there we go. Drew the outline for the bass guitar there. Alright, so I'm just kind of... let's see, I got the eyes here. Drawing little flame-shaped pupils. And his beak has spikes on it. Yes, the chicken can be named Brady, of course. Brady the spicy chicken. You can see he's got a very spiky comb here on top. Oh my gosh, Dan and G, thanks so much for being here, and thanks for the 200 bits. In the last 2 years since I started this stream, I have taken up a few new hobbies. I got myself a record player that's sitting out in my living room. I also recently bought a guitar and started learning to play it, so I was just practicing out in the living room earlier today, a couple hours ago. I'm not what you would call good, like I'm not like really good at it yet, but I can play some melodies. Oh, Irene, very, very good idea. I was gonna draw like a big old flame engulfing him. But yes, having the pigs be jalapenos is another great little touch. And once again, drawing some more spikes on his feet. Mike Brady, alright, thanks so much for being here, and thank you, I'm glad you're enjoying what I've been doing. Say hi to Danny for me. I also just wrote on his shirt, I ain't scared of nothing, because, you know, chicken is very frequently used to, you know, it's used as a mean name for somebody who's afraid of things. Oh, what are you, chicken? And he's like, no. I mean, yeah, he's a chicken, but he ain't scared of nothing, baby. There we go. Big old flame engulfing Brady. Well, not engulfing him, but it's surrounding him. I remember, I think Planetary suggested there be fireworks coming out from around him. Can definitely do that. You see, just dropped in the chat there. I have a page on Instagram and a page on Facebook where I've posted all of my past drawings. It's called Tollbooth Publishers. That's just my own brand. So if you're not following me on those, I haven't really been active for the last 2 years. But if you want to, see a lot of my past drawings that I've done on there, go check them out. I greatly appreciate it. Fergal, yes indeed. Although it might be more accurate to call it Tollbooth Inc. Because I've got Tollbooth Publishers, which was the original. I also have Tollbooth Animation, Tollbooth Films. At one point I had Tollbooth Greetings for my cards that I made, but I just folded that into just Tollbooth Publishers. But yeah, everything is just Tollbooth. Even my Wi-Fi here at the condo is Tollbooth 5G. So it would be Tollbooth Inc. Like, Tollbooth Media is like the main conglomerate. Alright, there we go. Maybe I'll draw some smaller fireworks here. Alright, Great Hippo, I think that'll do it. Let me just go ahead and attribute this to you. You are the one who made this request, for which I am greatly appreciative. Yeah, Fergal, you got the idea. Don't forget toll booth tax services. That's a big one. All right, there we go. There is Brady the Spicy Chicken playing bass guitar. All right, thanks again for that request, Hippo. I think that's all the requests that are... All right, so let me go ahead and start another one of my own prompts here. Thank you so much, guys, for all the requests you've made so far. They've been amazing. I had 5 prompts written out for myself because I was worried that maybe no one would be able to come up with anything, and I completely understand that. I have trouble coming up with my own prompts. But you've made some awesome requests tonight. I couldn't be happier. Thank you. Let me read what Fergal has to say here. Yeah, no, Fergal, told with music legal services is, yeah, no, actually, yes, that's, sorry, I had a brain fart there. Yeah, no, told with music legal services is 100% against all the recent nonsense with the music industry. I've been able to, avoid playing any restricted artists on my, Party Zone sets the last 2 weeks, but I have definitely been, wanting to play Phil Collins and Madonna, and it kind of hurts that I can't now. Anyway, let me go ahead and, do this, drawing prompt starring me. If you look at the draw something logo there in the corner, it has me in it. That's cartoon me with the pointy hair. That's just kind of how I've been drawing myself for almost 20 years. It doesn't look like me at all. I've thought about actually making a new version of that looks more like me. It has my hairstyle, but actually at the rate that my hair is starting to thin out, it might start to look like that in 10 years. But anyway, yeah, so that's who I'm going to be drawing here. So it's got me with my trusty pencil, and it's a traditional pencil, not a mechanical pencil, which is honestly it's not reality. I mean, I've been using a mechanical pencil to draw for years. I rarely ever use a regular traditional pencil now. I just think mechanical pencils are a lot easier. But I just feel like a regular pencil fits better for what I'm going for here. So even though it's not true to reality, I'm gonna stick with it. So, there we go. So it's me starting a drawing. I'm drawing the bottom of a plate. I'm going to be drawing a plate of food. Fergal, that is very true. Let me see. try to actually, you know, draw my hand grasping the pencil, because I didn't really do that here. It's not the best, but I guess it'll do. Alright, so that was the first, that was like, this is going to be a multi-part drawing, like a multi-panel drawing. This is me starting the drawing, this is going to be me finishing it. So it's going to be like, I'm going to just make it like spaghetti and meatballs. So here's the meatballs, then I'll draw some, you know, some noodles. Alright, so there. That's me drawing some food. But now here comes the fun part. So the pencil, this is no ordinary pencil. This is a magic pencil that I flip it around, and out of the eraser comes a fork. So I'm just going to do this final panel of me taking a nice big fork full of the pasta dish I drew myself. With a nice meatball there right on top of it. Alright, there we go. There's the whole there's the whole sequence of events right there. Let me go ahead and bring in the full view up so you can see it easier. So yeah, I draw a plate of food. I flip my pencil around and a fork comes out of the eraser. And then I use the fork to eat the food I've made for myself. If only, I mean, that would save me a lot of money on groceries if I could just make my own food like that. That would be pretty cool. And I could, you know, I could also save money on flatware because I don't have to buy flatware. I just have the fork right. I have a fork or a spoon or a knife just built into the pencil. It's like it's gonna save me a ton of money. All right, Irene. I'll probably finish up here pretty soon. I got a couple more prompts to do, and then I'll probably call it a night. Got a pretty good set of drawings here. Alright, so let me see. I got, yeah, 2 more prompts here. Alright, this is another one Alright, so, I like doing anthropomorphizing things, just things that aren't typically alive. I like just putting a face on. So, this time it's gonna be a thermometer. Let me just, go ahead and start that here. Draw some little metric lines here. So you can see the thermometer is sweating here. It's got the sun shining directly on it. I hate being in direct sunlight. I mean, I can tolerate the heat a whole lot more if the sun isn't shining directly on me. If I'm in the shade and it's hot, it's much better. I'm assuming most people feel that way. As you can see, the temperature is getting, like, his temperature is getting so hot, like, the mercury inside him is just getting really close to the top. It's like it's reaching the top. So he's, like, really sweating, really, really hot. Like in this one, in this panel he's walking. In this panel he just flat out stops because he's so hot he can't even move anymore. But here comes the big twist. After I draw these metric lines here, you can see the mercury's gotten all the way to the top. so when his Mercury reaches the top of him, like his, I guess, yeah, his very top, a parasol magically appears on top of his head to shield him from the sun. So it's like a built-in cooling mechanism. Oh, yeah, Fergal, I said metric because I just didn't know what else, like, I guess I could say measurement lines. Metric is just the word that was popping into my head. But I use inches and centimeters like, well, I use inches like people in the US generally do. I don't often use the metric system. I just thought it was, that was just the word that was popping into my head. For these little tick lines. I guess tick lines is a good way of putting it. Irene, Human Juke. Okay, I'll raid Human Juke afterwards. Hopefully, I'm assuming he's did he just start streaming, or has he been going for a while? I don't want to raid into him if he's about to raid out. Mid-live gig. Okay. Thanks for the suggestion. I'll probably go ahead and raid him here pretty soon. Irene, very cool. Alright, I think I'm just about done with this one. Let me go ahead and date it. So there we go. We got a thermometer with a built-in cooling mechanism. He gets too hot, parasol pops out of his top, and he's cool. Alright, got one more prompt left tonight, and then I think I'm gonna call it a day. Been going for almost 2 hours, and got, I want to say, like almost 8 or 9 drawings here. It's been a good run tonight. I greatly appreciate everyone for tuning in and sticking around and making requests. So this last drawing I'm going to do is, alright, so I've anthropomorphized, let's see, I've done llamas, I've done giraffes, I just did a thermometer. How about some mailboxes? I'm gonna do some mailboxes this time. Because, why not? Yes, for oh man, I completely forgot. Yes, thank you for the donations, especially. That was obviously the main reason I did this stream, and you guys delivered with flying colors. Like, thank you so much for all those donations. So what I'm doing here is it's 2 mailboxes that are basically playing badminton with each other. Irene, switching raid places. Oh, are we going somewhere else? Kevin's Cafe Live. Got it. Roger that, Irene. Alright, so yeah, these two mailboxes are basically playing badminton. So there's this shuttlecock that they're batting back and forth with their little flags. I feel like I remember doing a badminton drawing at one point. I can't remember. There was a theme night I did way back when I first started. That was like sports with a twist. So it was like various sports themed drawings, but there was always a twist to it. Like it was kickball, where the kickballs are playing the game and the humans are being kicked by the balls. That sounded really dirty the way I said it. I did not intend it to sound dirty. But it was just like stuff like that. Just like, you know, very wacky takes on sports. And I feel like I remember there being a shuttlecock or badminton drawing somewhere in there. I can't remember. I think there was. Oh, Irene, yes, that was amazing. Back in August 2022, I want to say, Irene Pena Music and I did a collab stream where she was doing her thing, having songs requested and singing them, performing them on stream, and then I was making a drawing based on those, inspired by those songs. One of my recurring themes when I was doing this stream originally was song titles. I would take just song title drawings, and I would very often, you know, take the title of a song and just kind of do some wordplay. So I did that on the stream with Irene. Irene, I'd be up for that. This return to drawing was really fun tonight. I could definitely do a collab stream with you again. We'll just have to figure out all the logistics. So there we go. Pretty simple drawing to end the night. Just, yeah, it's just two mailboxes playing badminton. But yeah, I think that'll do. Let me go ahead and bring up the full view. It does look a little empty. I kind of want to draw something else to just fill out the space, because there's just a lot of empty white space here. That doesn't seem right. Like, I don't know, like, maybe I'll just have, like, some houses in the background or something. Just something to fill out that space, because it's too empty. Alright, there we go. That looks a little more filled out. Still pretty basic, but that's okay. So yeah, Mailbox is playing badminton. And I guess since I already got the full view up, let me go ahead and do a recap of all the drawings I did tonight. That's something I always did back in the day. Alright, so let me see here. Got, let's see, I'll count them in a minute. Alright, starting off, this was a prompt of my own. It's a clock washing its hands in the bathroom. There's a no time for dirty hands sign on the wall. And there's a battery crawling out of the toilet that looks like it's seen some things. You can tell because it's got, you know, those spiral eyes. Like, it's looking pretty traumatized by whatever it saw. Next up, for Fergal F. Ferguson, here's a kid carrying a giraffe, while the fancy giraffe bemoans the fact that nobody ever gives him a ride. And for Irene Pena music, here is a songbird riding the metro into Berlin. There's an empty glass, there's a letter blowing in the wind, to my love. And there's a soldier standing in the background under the sign. And of course, there's the songbird. And for Planetary 121, another appearance of the fancy giraffe, delivering some high-class pizza to some polite rodents, some prestigious polite rodents, living in a field of silly trees. These are some silly trees right here. Alright, this is another prompt I came up with for myself. It's a light bulb that's struggling to get to sleep because he can't turn his light off, and he's reaching for the light switch, and he can't do it, he can't get to it. And the light switch has the gall to taunt him while this poor individual is just fighting. He's trying so hard to fall asleep, and he can't. The light is keeping him awake. And the light switch just is like, haha, you can't reach me. It's a sad situation. I hope this guy turns out okay. Alright, next up for Rose Rebel 99, I got a llama eating chocolate kisses while surfing. And I decided to make a connection to llamas with hats. This is Carl eating the kisses in his usual sadistic way. And Paul over here is saying, Carl, we're supposed to be on vacation! Seems like that's a, you know, a lost Llama with Hats episode that never got off the ground, but it should have been. But here it is anyway. Alright, for Great Hippo, here is Brady the Spicy Chicken playing a bass guitar. Got his shirt saying, I ain't scared of nothing. He's chicken, but he ain't scared of nothing. He's got a big fire flame surrounding him. He's got a bunch of fireworks coming out from behind him. He's got a spiky beak. He's got a big spiky comb. He's got fiery eyes. It's pretty epic. Thanks for this, Great Hippo. And this is another prompt I came up with for myself. It's me drawing a plate of food, pasta with meatballs. And then using my magic pencil to create a fork to eat the pasta. Again, would save me a lot of money on groceries. And here's a thermometer that's got a built-in cooling mechanism. When his mercury reaches the very top, it pops out of a parasol so he can cool off. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I thought it was a cute idea. And then, yeah, the last one is the mailboxes playing badminton. So that is it for tonight's stream. Thank you again so much to everyone for tuning in, watching, making requests, and especially for making donations. Raised a lot of good money for No Kid Hungry tonight. Thank you again to Irene for letting me be part of this. I'm going to go ahead and raid out to Kevin's Cafe Live, who apparently has, I'm guessing, has some awesome tunes going on right now, so that should be fun. I will maybe be doing a stream collab with Irene Pena. We'll see. But for now, was very fun. It was very fun to be part of this. I will maybe do it again sometime soon. All right, let's see. Let me make sure I got this typed in correctly. Good night, Fergal. Thanks so much for being here and for the request. All right, got the raid set up. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up my end screen. Have a great night, everyone.